usually closed off to normal people for some reason. There's a lot of expensiveness and control with a lot of the medical elite, and I don't know, I guess they think that we'll be out of a job if you get all the information, but I think it's worthwhile to try to learn as much self-care as possible. So today we're going to do a technique called CUE word relaxation, so that you can learn how to use a special word for you to help you in these moments of distress. Obviously, this is not a cure-all. None of these techniques that I give you are going to, solve your depression. You have to do a lot of good work with many different techniques to rearrange some of the neurons and neurotransmitters affecting depression. It's a multifactorial disease, right? Diet and exercise are going to make a difference as well. The quality of sleep that you're getting. And today we can hit two of those factors, one of them being sleep, and one of them being one of them being, Jen just forgot what she was saying. One of them being that state where you can't really relax properly, or you're too discouraged to relax. We want to give you moments where you can get out of these moments of extreme emotion, right? In the moments of extreme distress, when it's most dangerous, we want to give you a chance to be able to handle that moment so that you can later move on and work on whatever is the underlying pattern in your brain that is causing that. Because sometimes you can't do CBT being cognitive behavioral therapy. Sometimes you can't do the techniques to work on the underlying patterns because you're so distressed in the moments where you're so, stressed and suicidal. You need something to calm you down. And of course, as always, in the description, I have left you a number of beautiful, beautiful phone numbers and resources. Why do I say these phone numbers are beautiful? Because they can help you to feel better and protect you when you are in danger. You can call the crisis text line, or you can text them, or you can call the other phone numbers that are in the description. There are other resources as well to help you find a therapist, so please use those resources, okay? Please save them and use them, because you gotta use all this is an enemy, right? The depression is your enemy. It is trying to kill you, okay? So we're not gonna go easy on it. We're gonna kill it, okay? We're gonna help you stay alive because something is trying to kill you, right? If you've ever had suicidal ideation, that's something is trying to kill you, okay? And we have to stop that thing because we want you to stay alive, because there's only one you, okay? All the factors of your ancestry and your genetics and all the forces of history that have moved people together in your bloodline, and all of the biological and economic factors that have created your diet and who you are and your physical makeup. All of that history and physics and biology, it's all wasted if you die, and I don't want to be wasting thousands of years of, human growth and education and development and everything else that led to you, okay? Because you never know what you may become, and you never know when it is that you're going to do the amazing thing that fulfills your purpose. There was a Chinese historian named Sima Chen, who is one of my personal heroes. Look, we made Cinnamon fall asleep. Did you fall asleep, Cinnamon? Did you fall asleep? Did you fall asleep from the whispering? I hope, are you okay? Hope you're okay. sentencing to castration was really a sentence to death, because no self-respecting Chinese man would allow that to happen to himself. Not just personally because of the pain and horror of that experience, obviously, but also because it was very important. Filial piety was probably the number one virtue in China at that time. So if you didn't give your parents children, you were a bad person, and it would be better to die than to dishonor your parents. Okay, so he has the pressures of his society against him. He's failed in his career. He's not gonna have children. He's dishonoring his parents if he stays alive. Everything he believes morally, everything that is happening to him societally, physically, as a man, the consequences. And so he was supposed to commit suicide, okay? And he said, a man's death can either be as heavy as Mount Tai or as light as a feather. And he decided not to kill himself because he wasn't done fulfilling his purpose. He wasn't done with his history that he was making. Okay. So he stayed alive, and his history ended up being one of the most useful records to help historians now understand what was going on in ancient China and to find jumping off points for other resources and archaeological, having a huge history written by someone of that time is so helpful and important, right? So his work lasted, centuries. I don't think very many of us, I think we can hope that our work will last centuries, but I think many of us we can only dream of leaving an impact that big on the world. And it's only because he chose not to die. He chose to be castrated instead, which is, one of those horrible and barbaric things that can happen to a person, right? And that's what he chose. And it was a very common practice through most of the world. It wasn't just China. Persia and throughout the world, castration was a very common way to keep, some young men under control. So I don't mean barbaric in like China's bad way. I mean I believe morally that it is not a good thing to do to a human being. That's my moral belief. But I also understand that throughout history there have been very different moral beliefs, right? And so that was a very common practice throughout the ancient world. Still, also not having, if I was a dude and I had to be castrated, I would rather be castrated in the modern era with surgical instruments and some kind of anesthesia rather than, back in the day with the risk of infection and all that nonsense. It's amazing that anyone survived, but people did, and he did, and he went on to be amazing, right? And that's so brave, okay? He said a man's death can be as heavy as Mount Tai or as light as a feather. As light as a feather. Oh, he's making happy sounds. Well, I'm not making them anymore. Oh, can you make them again? Can you make your grinding sounds for the microphone? They're really good ASMR. Can you? Excuse me. He said no. He said stay away from me. I'm so sorry, bro. I keep messing with him and he would just like to sleep and hang out. My apologies. We're having this serious conversation and then I'm bothering this poor bird who just wants to be quiet and enjoy his ASMR experience. Oh, poor bird. Okay. But as I was saying, so he wanted his death to be worth something. He didn't want his death to be meaningless because he had pissed off an emperor. He wanted his death to have behind it all the weight of a life well lived, right? Heavy as Mount Tai. And that is what you need too. You are here for a purpose, and it may be that purpose isn't completed until you're very old. When you die, make it be for a reason. Make it be, after you've accomplished something that way, because yeah, you can lose to a disease. Don't lose to a disease. As long as you're alive, you have the responsibility to continue to fight. And I know responsibility is not a word that we like in our generation, but you are not just, you are more than who you are. There's a song now in my head. You are more than the choices that you make. You are more than the sum of your past mistakes. Who is that? Who sings that? You are more than the choices that you make. You are more than the sum of your past mistakes. I don't know who sings that. I don't know. I guess look it up and put it in the comments below for a chance to get an ebook. In my descriptions, you can always sign up for the Relaxation Club, which costs nothing, so we can send out science-based relaxation every week. But if you look around really deep in the description, there's also a way for everybody to get a free, book or story. I have placed in a lot of awards for fiction, and there's fiction floating around that I've made. I have a book coming out in October, actually, from a press that I'm really excited about. It's traditionally published. It's not indie or self-published. Although I've done that too. I've done both. I'm a hybrid author, so I've done both traditional and indie publishing. Anyway, so you can go and steal, and I offer a lot of things, at no cost, which is a little bit crazy. You can go and steal some of that. Even some of the things that I ask people to pay for are actually free if you hunt around. So go hunting. But yeah, you are, we need you, okay? So don't let your death, you're gonna die one day. That's another thing, don't make it early, because you don't know if the thing that you're gonna do that's gonna leave an impact on people, you don't know if that's gonna be in your 80s, okay? But life is short. It may feel very long. It starts to speed up as you get older and older. So you're gonna die. So just wait and make sure it's a heavy, heavy, heavy death, and not just a light feather that flutters away, forgotten into the wind. Okay. So, let's get to the relaxation. We got on a little bit of an important tangent there. Okay. Oh, my hair. Forgive me. Please forgive me for my hair. I hope you don't mind too much. So CUE controlled relaxation. It's a quick and easy technique that helps you reduce your stress, your muscle tension. And I'm gonna kind of read you and walk you through the script. So I want you to start deep breathing, okay? And after you've been practicing this technique for a few weeks, you'll be able to relax your whole body at one time, simply by taking a few slow breaths and thinking about your CUE word, okay? It does work. You do have to practice, like I said, for a few weeks. And I learned this technique when I was hospitalized for 30 days for my depression back in 2018. And, yeah, my main problem was that I had trouble picking the CUE word, because I was overthinking it. Don't overthink it. Just pick a CUE word, stick with it, and, you'll be fine. So before you begin, choose a CUE word, okay? Something that has meaning to you, maybe, or something that'll help you relax, okay? Now, are you comfortable? Are you sitting comfortably in your bed? Or in a chair? Somewhere comfortable, okay? Later, after you've done this exercise for a few weeks, you'll even be able to do this standing, okay? Don't relax too much when you're standing, because then you'll piss yourself and fall on the floor. Don't do that. Okay, so turn off your phone. Television and radio. Well, don't turn off your phone, because I'm here. If you're listening on your phone, this would be a good time to just have the headphones in and just turn me face down. You don't need to see me to relax, okay? The relaxation is with you in your head. The truth was in you all along. I don't believe that for a second. I believe that the truth is outside in the real world and we have to find it, but the relaxation is within you. That might not even be true either. We need help. answers that are within you, and they're answers that are out in the world. And, the whole point of helping each other is to collect the answers from each other, right? And sometimes you have to collect the answer from yourself for some things, and sometimes you have to collect the answer for other things outside. I was taking a neuroanatomy test, and, which is about like the anatomy, the shape and everything in different areas of the brain. And one of the, this was back in medical school years and years ago, one of the upperclassmen said to me, remember, the answers are all in here. Because, technically, if I could open my brain, I could see all the anatomy is right there. That's where all the answers are. Anyway. Okay, go ahead and get yourself comfortable. Wiggle in place. Make your nest, your little space. Turn yourself around 3 times if you're a canine. Fluff your wings a little bit if you're a bird. Okay. And then close your eyes and listen. Put your feet flat on the floor and your hands resting comfortably either in the arms of the chair or in your lap. Close your eyes. Take a long, slow breath in through your nose. Feel your belly expand like a balloon as you breathe in. Hold it for 5 seconds. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Then release it slowly through your mouth. Feel your belly collapse like a balloon losing its air. Again, take a long, slow breath in through your nose and feel your stomach expand. Hold it for 5 seconds. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Then exhale slowly through your mouth. One more time. Take a slow, long breath in through your nose and feel your stomach expand. Hold it for 5 seconds. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Then exhale slowly through your mouth. Now, begin to take slow, long breaths without holding them and continue to breathe smoothly for the rest of this exercise. With your eyes still closed, imagine a white beam of light shines down from the sky like a bright laser and lands on the very top of your head. Notice how warm and soothing the light makes you feel. This could be a light from God if you believe in God. As you continue to breathe smoothly, take slow, long breaths. Notice how the light makes you feel more and more relaxed as it continues to shine on top of your head. Now, slowly, the warm white light begins to spread over the top of your head like soothing water. As it does, the light begins to loosen any muscle tension that you're feeling on the top of your head. Slowly, the light begins to slide down your body, and as it moves across your forehead, all the muscle tension there is released. Then the white light continues to trickle past your ears, the back of your head, your eyes, nose, mouth, and chin. And as it continues to release any tension you're holding there, notice how pleasantly warm your forehead feels. Now, slowly imagine that the light begins to move down your neck and over your shoulders, releasing any muscle tension. Then the light slowly proceeds down both your arms and the front and back of your torso. Feel the muscles in your upper and lower back release. Notice the soothing sensation of the white light as it moves down your chest and stomach. Feel the muscles in your arms release as the as you exhale. Slowly inhale and think, breathe in. Slowly exhale and think your cue word. As you do, notice your entire body feeling relaxed at the same time. Feel all the muscle tension in your body being released as you focus on your cue word. And order your relaxed body to feel itself loosened. Again, inhale and think, breathe in. Exhale and think your cue word. You can whisper it aloud at this point. Notice your entire body releasing any muscle tension. Again, inhale, breathe in, exhale your cue word. Feel all the tension in your body releasing. Continue breathing and thinking these words at your own pace for several minutes. With each breath, notice how relaxed your entire body feels. Bless you. When your mind begins to wander, return your focus to the words, breathe in, and your cue word. So, that's the exercise, okay? And I'd like you to do it twice a day and record how long it takes for you to feel relaxed. You could record a version of that script for yourself, or you could use this video and just put it in the background. Just skip the first half. And I had to let Cinnamon go. He was fired from his role as ASMR buddy because he wanted to see what Mango was doing. And so he got a little bit loud. But looks like he had fun. He took a 20-minute nap and then he got up and went away and had fun, yelled. So that's good. But practice this twice a day. You can either, record your own version using pretty much the same pattern, or it's easy. I've recorded it for you. You just skip to that point in the video twice a day, and you practice that. And I'd like you to practice that for a couple of weeks. So for real, please bookmark this video and do that twice a day. And I'm excited to see how it, the technique works out for you. You gotta, I want you guys to have these tools so you can actually get better. I don't want this to be like I don't know, I find like a lot of ASMR feels like a temporary fix. I want to give you something you can use for real, forever, even when I am not here, right? Something on your face, my dear. There we go. Okay. Remember, the ultimate goal of the technique is to train yourself, your whole body, to be able to relax immediately just when you say the cue word, because you're basically teaching yourself. It's like Pavlovian exercise. I don't know if you know about Pavlov and his experiments, but basically he would feed the dogs every time he rang a bell, and then the dogs would start salivating just with the ringing of the bell. The same thing. We relax you and then say the word so that your body, when it hears the word, associates that with relaxation, which ultimately that's what you want, right? You just have to practice. Initially, you're gonna have to do the whole thing, but over time you're gonna shorten it more and more and just relax when you say your word, okay? And so this is another technique you can use, okay? And then we're gonna keep going through the DBT book, and we're gonna do more of these awesome advanced distress tolerance techniques. I really hope that you used the chapter that I gave you all last time, a couple weeks ago. Please, if this is your first time seeing one of these depression videos, go back through the playlist, do the handouts. There are so many things you can work through to help you with self-care and like self-therapy, and there are things that you can bring to your therapist and work with them, especially if they aren't trained in DBT or CBT. It's things you can do together, okay? Things you can do together to get better. So, I really hate how red I am Alright then, I think I have told you everything I needed to tell you today. There is going to be a live stream. Either it already happened and you should go check the replay, or I'm going to do it soon. And if it's Friday at 9:30 CST. I think that would be 8:30, or sorry, yeah, that